Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to a sunny day in the wasteland. And also we're playing Fallout 4. So yeah, because it's sort of my fallback. So I'm up here at the moment with very little health and way too much radiation, wandering through the wastes, trying to find some useful things. The main, basically I need things like melons, purified water, bandages, alcohol, razor grain, all that sort of thing. So yeah, just thought I'd wander the wastes and stuff. This will probably be my last stream for a little while, potentially about 2 weeks, possibly more. I'm moving, so I'll be making some videos while I'm not online. I probably won't have the internet for a little while, but I'll be able to put up some. Well, yeah, I'll probably make some videos, hopefully, of some stuff, and be able to put it up. But we'll see. We will see. But for now, I'm just going to wander the wastes for, I don't know, about half hour. And yeah, see where it takes us, really. So I'm playing with Zoe, which is my Horizons character. This is a modded survival mode in the Horizons, which is it's a total conversion insofar that the mechanics have changed an awful lot. It's an overhaul of various mechanics, but the story hasn't changed. So my next mission is actually to go into not Fort Strong. Where am I at the moment? Fort Hagen. However, I'm not going to go into Fort Hagen because my weapons, my gear just isn't good enough at the moment. As you can see, it took me 2 shots to kill that bloatfly. Oh God, there's another one. Another one. Bloatfly. Okay. So, oh yeah. So not only do I not have a huge amount of health at the moment, I also don't have a huge amount of ammunition. That's something that this game does quite well. Is not really give you a huge amount of ammunition to play with. It gives you an awful lot of construction components, and I did kind of think that I might have gone the wrong way, as it were, with this. That maybe instead of going for a more combat-based character, that I possibly should have gone more down towards creating almost, instead of playing as a mercenary, play it as a trader. That might have been sort of the mistake that I made with this. So I'm sort of paying for those mistakes now. Bug in the roof. For goodness sake, get me the body. Okay. So yeah, each shot at the moment is a little bit of a case of I can potentially be wasting ammunition, which is, it's a thing. And I'm poisoned. I've got some anti. Oh, I do have some. Why don't I have any anti... Right. This is probably... The poison's probably going to kill me then, because I've not replenished my stock of poison thingamajigs, which was clever of me. Now, there's an awful lot of quite good stuff in there. Can see it's all guns down there. Right, that's all protected quite well. Now I do have a frag grenade and I do have an explosives perk. But I am also about to die. But that won't matter as long as they're dead. Yeah, we'll do that. Ooh. Hello, a frag mine. Nice. So so with this mod you can do an awful lot of useful stuff. No, not that one. Not that one. I have a gun with ammunition. Thank you. And I don't really want to go upstairs, that's the thing. I think if I... Ooh, hello things. If I die, I'm going to basically just respawn back at the nearest settlement. So I'm not worried about dying. That's probably the nicest thing that this game does, is that when you die, you respawn with some damage, possibly some crippled limbs, but you do respawn. So I can make that. Miss. Ooh, no, I killed something. Must have killed a bloatfly. Right. I'm gonna die anyway, so frag mine. No, bad. Next, that's a vampiric blood bug. It also is trapped behind a wall. And I've got one shot left of ammunition. No, I've run out of ammunition at this point. I do have this thing. This is a mini sledge. Excuse me while I just refresh my dashboard. Let's change that over. Yeah, I don't really want to go into melee against it. I mean, Nick should just whittle it down. He's not gonna, is he? I could crit it. There we go. It's dead. There's still something in here with me, but we'll see. Probably something nasty around one of these corners. Probably something nasty in there, actually. But for now, we're in this room now, and there did seem to be some quite good office desk fan, for example. That's a good thing to have. Gears and screw. Yeah, gears certainly. Oh, it's a syringer I saw in here. Syringer could be useful, I guess. Once I've done some work on it, might be able to do something with it. Do want to take the flasks. Med-X, nice. Aluminium oil canisters contain aluminium and oil, I believe. Though I will check that one. I've got plenty of carry weight, so it's not. The game. So the mod doesn't. Frost is an interesting survival experience. It's set 20 years after the war ended, so you've got all the radiation stuff. It's a total conversion in that sense, and it does an awful lot of work with the survival mode to make it tougher. It gives you a little bit, but it takes an awful lot of stuff away, and this game does a certain amount of that as well. This mod, this is called the Horizons mod, but instead of taking you to an entirely new world set in the same, Fallout universe, it drops you into exactly the same world as Fallout 4. It just tightens up the survival to make it tougher, and it so it tightens up the survival to make it tougher. It does things like it splits up all the illnesses into separate things that you need to cure with very specific drugs. You can't just take antibiotics to cure tiredness, for example, or over fatigue. You do need coffee, a specific type of atomic coffee it's called, to cure things like fatigue, or weakness is cured by buff out, that sort of thing. Parasites is actually cured by psychotats, which, yeah, I think mentats also do it, but yeah, it's an awful lot more difficult to get hold of. Let's see what's in here. Probably nothing good. Anything? I'm incredibly suspicious of this room. There are blood packs and jet. Quite a lot of good stuff in here, actually. Buff out, nice. Mainly jet, but I mean, this was a clinic. What are they doing with jet? Well, what are they doing with jet anyway? Because as we know, jet wasn't actually discovered yet. Well, it will have been discovered by the time Fallout takes place, but it's not discovered in the time period of the war. It's invented by a guy named Myron. Some Carmax, nice. Psycho, very nice. Yeah. So we've got actually quite a lot of good stuff out of that. And I can mix that that blood with the radiated blood to make quite a nice. It's not a healing item anymore. You know, an awful lot of things have changed, but you know, we can do something to that to make it into an item that. Oh, what am I trying to say? Oh God, I got an error. Playback ID error. Nice. Good to know. No, it's still stream's still running, ish. Can't remember what was going on about now. It'll probably come back to me at some point. But no, that's Nick Valentine. That's not a gun. Yeah, syringe might be useful with a bit of work done to it. There's a blowfly just sitting on the roof there, and steadily taking more radiation. It's a bit of a shame that there was no Radaway in here, considering how much jet they had. Take glowing fungus. Let's sneak out. And let's not play with the critters upstairs. I've already mostly cleared this place out anyway. It's more just sort of mopping up Boston Merrill. The Boston God, the word that I can't say. The mayor's place anyway is up near here as well, which may be worth looting now. Well, let's give it a go. Not going to lose anything that I have on me. The worst thing that can probably happen is that the worst thing that could happen is that I could get crippled. Hello. I think that's just the old set that I found before. Come on. That's. Looks a little bit more intact than Yes, it's got one half of it. It's not got no. Well, actually, that doesn't matter because I've got cores on me. I might have to come back for that. It's actually a reasonably good suit, considering that. So you know, things that this mod has done is it actually it fixes the problem that you have where the game wants you to wear power suits. Yeah, power armor, and it basically does this by giving you power. You know, it gives you power armor everywhere. You get a full suit of T45 right at the start of the game, and from then on, you're really reasonably set for life as far as fusion as far as power armor is concerned. Fusion cores, they're what I would consider to be rare in quote marks. You know, they are reasonably common to pick up, and you can find them on certain mobs. And it's not a problem to run a suit of power armor in the base game, even in survival. In modded, that gets a little bit more interesting, because this mod called Horizons, it makes power armor far more limited. So actually getting 3 pieces of power armor is quite rare in the first set of power armor that I could get my hands on, which is in the Museum of History. It only contained two bits of armor. And when that stuff breaks, if you don't have, I think it's the science skill, you can't repair it. So, is it Armor Smith? It might be Armor Smith, actually. So if I got my hands on, if I was lucky enough to find myself a broken piece of XO1, then I wouldn't be able to fix it, because I don't have enough Armor Smith skill. So the game does an awful lot of stuff like that, and that is actually what I needed far more than anything else. Yes, I really did mean the Bourbon. We'll get to that. Yeah, it's antiseptic, basically. Because as we know, alcohol is an antiseptic. Thing is, you need antiseptics for bandages in this game, and I go through an awful lot of antiseptic. Bandages will heal you outside of combat. They won't heal you inside of combat. There's nothing that can do that apart from stim packs, and they are unbelievably rare. The game has reworked everything so that anything in the game that used to have a stim pack, unless it's a set spawn, it will instead spawn an adrenaline thing, which you can't use it to heal yourself, but you can use it to give yourself a point of adrenaline. You can also use it to heal a companion, but you cannot use it to heal yourself. Which is fine, because you've got things like combat stim packs, which you can make if you've got enough chemist skill. The game does tie the mod does tie the game far more into needing certain skills in which to do things. I'm now not actually bothering going to the shelter at the moment. I'm gonna head back to make a bandage so that I'm not quite so injured. Though I will check, as we're going out this way, we'll check this, which I don't know what this used to be. It's almost like used to be some kind of a medical school, because we've got, bits of bone, got bone saws and mentats and all sorts around there. Or maybe it was a laboratory, but we'll take the test tubes. I need some glass. Ooh, hello. Fusion cells. I need more of those. And ammunition. Ooh, quite a lot of ammunition, actually. Nice. I'm going to get out my Righteous Authority, which I've modified up to be, I don't know, kind of like an NG sniper, really. It's a nice little weapon to be used for that sort of thing. Oh, is this the thing? I think this is the thing. Mysterious house up here, just past the training area. Yeah, if I was to just shoot that, it fires one of these off, and then you can put new ones in here. Yeah, it's just this sort of rocket launching thing that somebody... Ooh, whiskey. Ooh, hello. Alcohol. Ooh, the alcohol. Seems like the sort of place where you'd find alcohol. Ooh, a pipe pistol. Can break that down. Fridge, nothing in it. huge amount of good loot in here. Ooh, flip lighter. Yeah, I get excited about the strangest of things in Horizons. Because it's things like oil. Oil and duct tape is what I need plenty of. I can make the stuff, I can make oils, but that requires purified water, and everything requires purified water, really. Sorry, my voice is starting to go. Yeah, everything requires purified water, so it's sort of a... I would rather not have to use it, considering it's a little awkward to make. Mysterious light. We're heading straight towards these. No, this isn't a trader. No, let's not go near that place. I don't know if I've taken out that raider that sort of guards that place yet. We'll run back up to Sunshine Tidings. Yeah, I've got a really good haul actually out of that. I wasn't expecting that to go quite so easily. Loads of blood packs, which is really good because there's quite a powerful item that you can make that gives you some radiation resistance and a few other things, but most importantly it heals limbs over time, and I need that. Not so much at the moment, not so much right now, but I'd rather not have to try and make trauma kits, if at all possible. They do heal a little bit, but they're quite expensive. So, how do I get in? Can't remember where my hole is. This one's... Sunshine Tidings is reasonably well fortified, mostly. But it's not really very well built up. You can see the differences between my earlier settlements and my later settlements. This is quite an early settlement, and so it's got some, well, I say early. It's one of my later early settlements when I was starting to get to grips with some of the designs of things that you can do. So we've got these watchtowers up here that I can go up to inspect the wall. I've got more turrets that are up higher. I'm starting to use these planters a little bit, and I've got a greenhouse up here, but it's not finished. It's just stuff like that. Sunshine Tidings has a bit more space in it, and I probably should tear it all down and restart it at some point. But for now, it'll do the trick. Mystery soup. Yeah, let's make some mystery soup. I quite like the it's a bit expensive for something that I can't really use at the moment. That's quite powerful. For 3 carrots, 1 purified water, grants night vision outside, +1 perception. It also hydrates. I'm gonna make one of them. Just one. I don't need to go overboard, but that's actually quite a powerful one. Transfer all my junk over. Let's see if we can make some ammunition. And, just check my missions going on. Yeah, I've got 4 going on at the moment, but none of them are back yet. So, weapons lab. What can we do? Nothing at the moment. Let's disassemble some of my more useless ammunition. 38. I don't use any 38 because it's not a particularly powerful ammunition type. 45s I do use, and some of this stuff I'm basically just keeping because it's quite powerful ammunition. I can't make it yet, so it's more like I keep it around just for emergencies, really. I could rechamber to 5.56 because I've got so much of it, because I did take out some... Yeah, let's do that. Just rechamber that to 5.56. 6. I've got 13 rounds on me. That's good. Ah, right, the syringer. Now I can make ammunition for it. I could make it into just yeah, like a hip fire. Could go the whole hog. Yeah, let's go the whole hog. And let's put a. Ooh, let's put a. Ooh, actually no, because these reflex, they're not. Ooh, I could do a night vision, but that's a short scope. You'd want something maybe like what I'm gonna do. That will give me night vision. Tempted by that. Let's give it a go. I'm going to get experience. You get more experience from modifying your weapons than you do from building things. So it's actually alright. Actually, I mean, you know, technically it's night at the moment, but that's quite a good. Let's just make a bandage for now. Let's also see if we can make a. I can make one more antiseptic, which I can do. I can make a second rad away. Make myself an ultra rad. Finally do an actual dump of my radiation. I made the stupid error earlier of walking into Electronics Park. Oh, where is it? Hold on. Go to my map. Oh, where is it? The Hobbyist Club. Don't go there if you're already having problems with radiation without an awful lot of radiation protection. That place fries you. 19 rads a second in some places. I fell in through the ceiling and cooked basically before I could escape. That sucked, but thankfully. So okay, so the way that Radaway works in this game, you've got your Rad Chew and Rad Off. They don't cure much in the way of radiation. Those are both new items. I think Rad Chew gets rid of 50 and Rad Off gets rid of 100 rads. You've got a pool of about 1,000 rads. You've got a health pool of about 1,000 HP, which is pushed down by radiation, depending on what you can do. Both Rad Chew, Radaway, and Rad Off all give you suppressed immunity. So as you walk around, as you go around the wastes, that your immunity is suppressed, you're more likely to get ill, especially if you're doing things like sleeping. Ultra Radaway, which is made with, you make 2 Radaway and then you combine it with a few other bits and pieces, you get Ultra Radaway. Ultra Radaway will dump 425 rads, and it does not give you suppressed immunity or increased fatigue, I think it was. If you can make this, do it. You do need Chemist of 2 to make these things. This is added by the mod, so I'm going to take that. And that is going to finally get rid of some of this radiation, which is utter bliss. I'm also going to do the bandage, because that's then going to heal me up to about half-ish. And I'm going to wait until it's done. I'm not going to start wandering out into the world before either of those bars are full, because I've done that in the past, and it's not a good idea, because if you die, that will stop. You know, you're not going. The effect will not be on you anymore. Oh god, that is That's tremendous, actually, getting rid of all those rads. I should say that the health pool is actually enhanced by the Horizons mod. You have an awful lot more to play with, but you're also more likely to take radiation, you're more likely to take damage as well. So it sort of evens out in the end. You've got more health to play with, but in some cases you don't really, because survival means that enemies are going to... Not that they hit harder, but... well, they do, basically. Just because you're weaker. You are weaker. And they are as well, so you're also hitting harder, technically. The enemies are a lot less bullet spongy, I guess. Right, so we now have some health. I'm going to make another... oh, I can't make another bandage. Can I make some more ingredients? Yes. And then I can make one more bandage. Also, I've got weakness. That's fine, because I can take some... I think it's buff out, and I did pick up some buff out. Buff out, here's weakness. I'll also now take the Addictol, and I'll also take the bandage. Right. The bandage is also going to give us this lovely little debuff here, which reduces our AP refresh, and it also makes us take more damage as well. So, thankfully though, I don't have, I'm not addicted anymore. It's slightly irritating that I managed to get hooked to buff out the first time of using it for quite a while. But, oh well. Right, what to do now? I've done my quest. I've actually completed my quest to get some health back and get rid of my rads. I don't really know what to do now. I might do some construction though. This place does need a little bit of work, and I do have quite a lot of materials to play with. But I don't really know what I would do with this place. It's a bit of a strange one, because you can't get rid of the barn in the middle. That's a fixed one, and you can't get rid of any of these buildings apart from this one. I can get rid of, obviously, because this one I've created myself. But these buildings around the outside you can't get rid of. So it's actually quite a confined location. However, I will see if they need anything. No, they're not particularly happy. But they need more water. They do need more water. Let's sort that out. Hall architect. No water. Let's build them a water pump. Proper one. And let's get that one right up. Right, so that's hopefully going to sort that out. They've also only got 16 defense. I might be able to do something about that. Ooh, a Mark 5. I think they need a Mark 5. Somewhere prominent. Ooh, I could put Mark 5 up there. Let's put Mark 5 up there. I think so. There we go. An awful lot of recipes have changed, so you'll notice that this one requires things like liquid fuel, fertilizer to actually make, and rifle weapon parts, and yeah, and they all have different abilities. So Mark 1 just uses 5.56 standard turret, gonna do a standard amount of damage. So, right. And the pipe ones are the same. So you got your Mark 1 pipe, Mark 2 pipe, Mark 3, which is your MG, which machine gun, minigun, rapid fire anyway. And then that one has irradiated rounds. 5.56 your base damage, a little bit better. API, it stands for armor piercing incendiary. So they're armor-piercing rounds, but they're also incendiary rounds as well. So they'll be punching through the armor and then bursting into flame. And then HE is your high explosive, 12.7 high explosive. And then we got our things like our laser turret, shotgun turret, etc., etc. Missile turret. I would quite like to build one, but not here. I want to build one up at Oberland. And you know what? Let's go for a little walk down to Oberland. I'm doing some work down there at the moment. You'll see why if we can get down there. So I've got a big gun, I've got a night vision scope, and I need to get down to Grey Garden first and then walk down to Oberland. I think that's a fair walk. But yeah, I just kind of keep returning back to Fallout because it's quite a nice game just to walk through this sort of desolate wasteland. And with the mods that I've added, it just makes it a little bit more fun because it's an awful lot more. The swing has moved in survival mode, normal survival mode without modded. Ammunition is reasonably plentiful. I mean, there's ways you can kind of get around it because you can just use melee weapons, but with this, there's an awful lot more things that sort of tie into other things that mean that melee weapons aren't actually. You can't just do a melee build. Let's not walk into there. That's heavily irradiated. Yeah, you can't just do a melee build because certain things are locked behind certain level requirements. For example, Big Leagues is changed to Big Hitter, I think it's called now. Go this way because that's irradiated that way. That does exactly the same things that it would normally do, except you need to be level 5 in order to take it. And suddenly, actually, melee isn't as good because you've got to take that into account. Actually, you're going to be able to. Lost Devils, let's not go that way. Let's just sneak around this way a bit. You're not going to be able to hit as hard as you could shoot. That kind of brings its own problems, but all in all, it's generally better to keep your distance in modded. But then, of course, you've got this problem that ammunition is really rare, and you can make it yourself, sure, but actually going to be taking a rather large detour. Yeah, I can work around this because I can go this way, go down to Water Plant, loop around, and then we'll be at Oberland. It'll be fine. Yeah, so it kind of says, hey, you can make it. You don't want to build a melee character because you're not really going to be hitting hard enough. So why not make some guns instead? Then it says, oh, but by the way, you can't actually find the ammunition you need. You might actually keep on having to rechamber your guns. That's a Raider Scaver. Just one Scaver. Hopefully he's got some. Well, he will have some ammunition on him because he did have a gun. Some 44 and some 45. Not complaining about that. I'll take most of that. Don't need that. Don't need that. He can keep his clothes, but I need the rest of it. Weapons I can break down, obviously, and I can break down the clothes as well. To be fair, and I probably do need to get more into a habit of grabbing that as well. Though my armour is, it's alright. I mean, I've got a full set of combat, mostly pocketed gear. Right, so Water Plant should be clear because I didn't clear it out that long ago. Yeah, there's no super mutants down there. So basically just kind of swing around there, swing around up to the bridge, over the bridge, back the other side. So you should be able to see. It should be able to see Oberland. No, I think it's just up there. It's probably outside draw distance. Yeah, Anybody who's played Fallout 4, you know, they've played it through, they got bored of it, they moved on. Have a look at some of the mods out there because they are excellent. Certainly I would rate both Frost and Horizons pretty highly as mods that should be played. Ultimately, it just boils down to that. Actually, you know, they are really good mods. And that's now been a Radstag that may attack me. I could swim it. That's a bloody glow. I could swim it because I don't take that much. I'm swimming it. I take a tiny amount of radiation when swimming because I've taken Aqua Girl perk. Yeah, here we go. This is Zolan Station now. I did quite a lot of work on it today, actually. Finishing up a few bits and pieces, getting some light, moving the workshops undercover. All the beds are now actually up in bunkhouses. So there's a bunkhouse up on the top there, there's a bunkhouse on the top there. And I think that's where all the beds are now. So, yeah, coming into here, we've got sort of a small workshop here. Some of my magazines out. And there's some stairs down here. And this then kind of goes into the farm. So we've got a farm in here. Growing some potatoes in truck tyres, and then the rest of it's all being grown in these planters. And then, yeah, so we've got a sort of a bunkhouse up here with beds. Can add some more beds if we need to. Shouldn't need to. Oh, I do need to. I should add a couple more beds anyway, if I can. Yeah, we'll just keep this place happy. So there we go. So I've got 14 beds now. That should be all right for now. I think maximum settlement size is 15, so that should do it for now anyway. So yeah, farm with the bunkhouse up on top. Then we've got a military vendor, and we've also got a general store vendor as well. And then in here is sort of workshops and cargo storage and all that sort of stuff. This one's not lit yet. I do need to work on that, getting some lighting. The entire base is run off a single atomic generator over here. And I am also gathering oil. Theoretically anyway. It's not actually working at the moment. I'm not completely certain why. Probably, I don't know if it's, probably should just quickly check that. Is it actually staffed? I don't think it actually needs to be. But it produces happiness anyway, so it's all good. Yeah. I like how Oberlin turned out. And you can see the difference between this and somewhere like Sunshine Tidings or even Sanctuary Hills. Sanctuary Hills is a mess right now. Sanctuary Hills suffers from a similar problem that Tidings does, in that there's quite a lot of stuff in there which is fixed. You can't change it. Also, I should note that I have had to turn off build limits. I've just grabbed a mod that did that because the build limits are ridiculously small. Oh, I wonder if the nails have gone yet. Yeah, the nails have gone. So an error with how the nails would work. Basically, I had 2 floating nails. You could stand on them. They were completely and utterly fixed. You couldn't pick them up. They were fired from a robot. Right, let's see if he's got anything good. Ooh. Do I have any drugs? What mods do I have? Horizons is the core mod that I'm using. There's a mod that turns off settlement limits. I've got one that adds craftable alcohol, and one that adds like loads of just, I can't remember what it's called, but it's one of the ones that adds loads of just decoration bits and pieces. I think those are the main sort of mods that I've got on here. Horizons is the main mod, and it does a huge amount of stuff all over the place. So yeah. What I need is drugs. 'Cause drugs are worth a lot, and I can get rid of that pompadour wig. Why I have a pompadour wig, I don't know. I'm getting rid of that. Grabbing some smokeless powder, because that's what I need right now. Berry mentats. Keep one of them. Psycho. Right. Now, where's my loader? So stuff that the Horizons mod is doing is giving me the ability to craft ammunition, for example. It does a huge amount of other stuff as well on top, but this is the main thing that I'm just sort of doing right now, is essentially basic prep work. So I'm going to have some 10mm. Ammunition's a bit scarce right now. Oh god, especially when I'm being attacked by something. Oh, scrapbot. Oh, let me just in there. Yeah, I obviously do prefer PC. I'm a PC gamer anyway. It's the freedom of having the ability to mod your game. PS4, you've got Creation Club, I believe, but it's a lot more limited. Creation Club sucks, basically. I don't use it. Oh, you might have the other mod thing as well, but and that's where I get some of it from, but mostly it's Nexus, which allows you to mod this thing. Most of this stuff I've got here isn't actually modded. Some of the workbenches are, and the generator is, that is. But most of it's actually vanilla. Yeah. It's just a shame that they, by default, have settlement sizes really small, so you can't. Oh god, which one was it? Not Sunshine Tidings. Starlight Driving. I didn't build a huge amount there, and I hit the limit, which was really irritating. I built like 2 houses and hit the limit. Yeah, right, that's still doing things. But I've been a PC gamer for a very long time, so it's not. I guess it's not really fair to kind of say that I don't like playing on consoles. I do have a console. It's essentially a paperweight right now. It's an Xbox 360 Elite. It's got a dodgy fan in it, which one day I might actually fix it, but it's kind of old gen these days. But I'm not really doing much at the moment. I should really be doing something. England is basically done, actually, I think. For now. He's upgraded, isn't he? Oh, he doesn't have something. Does he have the... if I go into architect, and if I go into vendors, vendor upgrades, I need 200 caps. I can get that if I go to Tech Lab, which is through here. And if I go into workshop, here we go. 1, 2, 3. This is Oberland. So hold on, I'll bring it up on the map. Oberland Station up here, just up near Beantown Brewery. When you start, you don't have a huge. You basically got the tower and a small farm out the back here, and that's where the workshop is as well. There's sort of this farm that comes in here. It's changed a lot because I stuck this building in instead. Most of my settlements, some of my newest settlements basically look something similar to this, where you've kind of got these different buildings that sort of pop up. It's almost kind of like Diamond City, where you've kind of got all these buildings that have sort of popped up within the space. That's kind of the look that I tend to end up going for. Yeah, Sun Mercenary. Right, I need to upgrade this one if I can, if I need to. Oh, maybe I don't need to. Maybe he's got what he needs. Does he need? No. Oh, no, he does. Get him that. And this is just general stall. So these are like upgradable stalls. Right, he's got that one, but what are these? Clothing. Oh, armor and clothing. Yeah. And I can't make those yet because I don't have the skill. Yeah. Yeah, Diamond City would be a nice space to play with. Though, which one is it? I keep forgetting the name of it, especially at this time of night. The Starlight Drive-In is a really good one, actually. You've got quite a lot of space there. The worst is Hangman's Alley. You can barely do anything with that one. There is another actually quite good one. I think it's the Marina, actually. No, not well, sort of the Marina. Marina's got quite a there's some things you can do with the Marina that are kind of interesting, where you kind of got the so you got the easy access to water. That's it's quite nice, that one. Yeah, there's a few sort of quite good ones around. Oh, County Crossing is another good one, actually. He's got loads of space there. Yeah, I've got quite a lot. I need to do some work on the slog, definitely, before they start revolting. Coastal Cottage I really do need to work on as well, but I don't have do I have supply lines? I need to get a supply line to the slog. I can do that, actually. I should be able to do that. So supply lines aren't in this mod. You build cargo robots. So instead of sending a trading team, you can build yourself a cargo robot. If I can, what am I missing? Circuitry, right. Basically you make a cargo bot, and yeah, Castle's a bit of a tricky one. Sanctuary's also a bit of a tricky one, I find. When you're trying to build things, there's quite a lot of things that get in the way in Sanctuary, though I need to go back and fix that. I need to fix them all, really. I suspect there's a few workshops with some problems, but I think the slog is actually the one that needs work the most right now. Oh god, yeah. I need to go down and sort out the slog. I need to get circuitry, get those cargo bots up, and then fix up the slog. The slog's where the you can kind of do that. Well, you can't make iBots. Actually, no, you can't. Can you? You can build robots in the robot workbench, new robots, and then have them wander around. But you can't build iBots, unfortunately. which is a bit of a shame. I quite like iBots. Loads of these scrap bots that need to do things. Yeah, I've done a little bit of that with Tidings, but it can be kind of tricky to kind of work things in. Oh, Jamaica Plain's quite good for that actually. Jamaica Plain's an alright one. Thinking about it, it's kind of split between having those buildings to kind of do up and having some space to build your own. Right, I need to go over to the slog then, don't I? Oh god, how do I get up there? I'm certainly not going to do that on stream. Right, that's going up through West Everett, which is Super Mutant. I haven't cleared that yet. So that'd be going up to Taffington. Go up to Grey Garden. Then across to Taffington. Oh, go up to Mystic Pines, around Lexington, and then up to Taffington, and then over to the Slog. Yeah, Greentop Nursery up to the Slog. That should be reasonably alright. Yeah, do that. This way. Ish. I think most of that I've cleared apart from West Everett. Yeah, Grey Garden is strange. Though I have to say, if you haven't played survival mode, just bog standard vanilla survival mode, I do recommend doing it. You don't have fast travel, so you've got to walk everywhere. Oh yeah, this one. I mean, it's modified a bit, but yeah, it's the laser rifle from the quest. Righteous Authority. Really nice laser rifle to get, and it's a bit weird. I've always found the laser rifles a bit weird anyway, because the Institute rifles aren't actually as good, and you'd think, they've been buried underground, they would have had some laser rifles to play with. You would have thought that their rifles would be better, but nope, these are slightly better, which is good because the Institute rifles break down into circuitry. Yeah, this is my Grey Garden. I need to work on this place a lot. I've built a small amount of stuff, but not huge. Not a huge amount. It's a stopover at the moment. Right, so Grey Garden, what would we say? So Grey Garden will hook around to Mystic Pines, avoiding Corviga. Yeah, it's one of those really weird things with the Fallout universe, where you've got these incredibly advanced people, or at least they've had an awful lot of time to build off incredibly advanced people. They've had the security to do so, but all their tech sucks. The best thing that they've got is the synths, and the synths are ultimately useless because what they're using them for is to replace humans to spy on them. It's a very strange thing for a group to do. I'm not swinging around Lexington. I'm going straight through it. No, I am. We're going this way. We're now going this way because there's robots down there. There's Rust Devils. I mean, they don't even have. You would have expected them to have power armor and vertebrates, but they don't. They have no ability to. They don't have any sort of, you know, look at it. But they have FEV, which is weird, because quite a lot of the bases that they would have had to go to find FEV, they probably would have found power armor and vertibird technology as well, and laser rifles and all sorts of things, and yet all that they managed to get from the world was FEV. It's weird, just plain weird. Especially, actually, as you consider that FEV was only, because I don't consider Fallout 3 to be canon in this respect, FEV was only held in 2 locations. And both of those locations would, by the time that they got there, they would have had some pretty advanced technology in there. We are actually heading more up towards... No, we're good. I think we're good. Sorry, I start to drift a little. Covenant's down there. Right, yep, we're on track. That is Covenant, isn't it? Yeah. And actually, I can stop by Covenant to potentially pick up a couple of telephones. Yeah, doing that. Crash vertibird. The Institute should at least have the technology to raise one of them things. Yeah, the mayoral, the word that I can't say, the mayoral shelter, that one, has a suit of power armor nearby. And when you go down there, synths invade. Yeah, there's a suit of power armor somewhere in there, isn't there? I couldn't find it actually this run, but I think that. Unless I'm being very blind, or I might have taken it already. I don't think I had. Yeah, anywhere where there's a vertibird, there's power armor. Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can see it. I'm not going to spend too long down here. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's got a fusion core in it as well. It's not a particularly good suit, but let's get it out of the water and have a look at it. That core's pretty shot as well. Alright, let's have a look at it. And now, the suit that I found up... Oh, hold on. So this is T45. Now, the suit that I found up near... God, up near here somewhere. Had... Helm. Yeah. I mean, I'll take it up to... Yeah, it's more sort of repair costs, especially when you're dealing with T40. Well, everything other than radar armor actually requires perks in this mod to repair the power armor. But we'll haul it back to... I've got a place up near Covenant. Walk up there. The place that slipped my mind again, but yeah, we're heading up to a settlement anyway, so I may as well just walk it up there, past here. I need to pick up some telephones, circuitry. This mod changes an awful lot of stuff. There is, I do know that you can. There's some power armor headpiece in Brotherhood. Let's do that here for a sec. In the armory, which you can, yeah, I know the theory behind getting hold of it, but I don't know how much this mod has changed it. So, yeah, there's that. This mod does fiddle around with things a lot. Secretary, where are you? But what I'm actually looking for is secretary. Got the telephones, excellent. We'll sell you some drugs. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, I could also do that with Nick. I'd just get him to hack it. Had to do that earlier with what was the thing that I had to hack? God, up at the church anyway. So it's hot and I'm tired and I'm forgetting the names of things. The Federal Reserve, the food place. Yeah, I mean, there are also places you can go to get full sets of armor, though you do need to be at the right level threshold to get hold of it. However, there is also a guaranteed set of XO1 up at Nuka World, so there's that. There's that option, but I think I want to be a little bit higher level before heading down there. Right, hold on, I'm going completely the no, I need to Tuffington, that's the one I'm heading for. Yeah, I haven't got quite so far through the game yet that I've done. I need to do Fort Hagen, and then after that point the airship will pop up, and I can then hopefully get some decent power armor, but for now I'm kind of scavenging bits and pieces. Right. Let's get this cargo bot done. Quickly have a quick look through here. This is sort of like well, yeah, so this is a trading terminal, so you can get things in exchange for other things. There's sometimes there's some good stuff in there, like magazines and the like. Yeah, I'll probably be finishing this this stream in a bit, or in a moment anyway. So yeah, nice chatting to you anyway. I'll probably be off for a couple of weeks now as well because of stuff. But yeah, ooh, cargo bot. I'm just gonna get this cargo bot up to the slog, and then I will end the stream. Utilities, cargo bot station, and supply line, and this one is going up to the slog. Right, I am going to finish the stream here now. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. And now I can open my window again, because it's baking.